sins. And then, what else? The children. What does God's word say? I think we'll read it. And then Leviticus 19. Brother Samuel, please read. 19:32.
Leviticus chapter 19, the verse 32. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 32. You shall rise before the grey-headed and honor the presence of an old man, and fear your God.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
So, what we have just heard, this is for children or the young. It says, thou shalt rise up before the hoary head, which means as a young man or woman, you're supposed to respect elders. You're supposed to rise and honor the face of an old man. Nowadays, young men and women, the elderly person comes in and they don't show any reverence. They are doing something. They are just like this. Whatever they are condition they are in, they remain that way. They don't even move around and say, "Oh." So here, God is saying, show respect, and that is to an elderly person. Oh, can I help you? Can I do this? We shouldn't just sit idly without any regard for an elderly person, because it says, fear thy God, I am the Lord. So God is commanding all the youngs that when it comes to God's word, when it comes to an elderly person, when it says old man, it could mean old man or woman, but anyone who is older than you, you must show respect. And why must you? It says, and fear thy God. So this is a commandment. It is not a suggestion. All right? And let us also read Leviticus, again, 19, verse 3.
Leviticus chapter 19, the verse 3. Every one of you shall revere his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbath. I am the Lord your God. Amen.
Amen. All right, well, before I let's also read Exodus 20:12. Please read that also. Exodus, so I can join it together. Exodus 20:12.
Exodus chapter 20, the verse.
Let's stand to hear these commandments. Exodus 20:12.
Honor your father and your mother, that your peace may be long upon the land which the Lord your God is giving you. Amen.
Amen. So, and Leviticus 19, verse 3, God is also commanding the young, the children. What does God say? Ye shall fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God. So this is not a suggestion. And sometimes we think we can fool ourselves. And what do? We fear only the father. We don't fear the mother. Or we fear the mother. We don't fear the other. God is saying that if you fear one and you don't fear the other, you are in disobedience. He says, you shall fear every man, his mother and his father. So it is not one. And if the child fears only one parent, it is incomplete. And we go back to Exodus 20. What does God say? God is saying, you must. It is not a suggestion, right? Honor your father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. So here again, it says, honor your father and your mother. If you honor your mother and you don't honor your father, you have not obeyed. If you honor your father and you don't honor your mother, you have not obeyed. If you honor your father and you don't honor your mother, vice versa. It has to be both. There is no one-sided. And if the parent is involved in helping the child to honor just the father or the mother, that is also something that must be repented of. Both parents must be honored, not one, not halfway. It must be 100% because God has a promise, connected to it. And what do children say? They said, oh, yes, that is true. But what do they want to say? They want to also go to Ephesians and say that, well, God also says that, well, you must not exacerbate. Don't do anything that will make them angry. If a parent is contributing to that, then the parent is encouraging rebellion. And what does rebellion mean? Anytime we say rebellion, we have a wonderful word for it, and then it is something that we should hear again. 1 Samuel 15.
First Samuel chapter 15, reading from
Verses 1 to 4, and then we'll jump to uh, 19 to 23. Let's stand to here.